The time is now, now or never, I can't look back. It's mine forever, the record is stacked. It's like the Letterman team on my back. The time is now, now or never, I'm making it count. Counting the times they counted me out. Straight out the mud, I'm making it out. I gotta get it, the time is now. Sheesh.
What's up, Arizona? Welcome into another edition of Dropping Dimes. Cam Cox.
Oh, out the rip.
Just chilling.
What up? What up?
Wearing his bright shirt. It's a bright day over here at 12 News. In
I like
Mission
it.
Control behind me. We're ready to rock
Love
and
it.
roll. I think we're launching the space shuttle today, Chili. There's a lot of activity going on.
Hey, there's a lot of activity going on already, and we're early in the week. What's it called? I just got back from LA, where I was at the Intuit Dome at Monday Night Raw. I want to shout out my girl Lindsay, one of the greatest entertainment reporters on planet Earth, and I want to shout out my guy Ross from Netflix, taking care of me, put me in the suite, and I was out there just watching things go down on Raw on Netflix. It's absolutely an experience. Listen,
Monday Night Raw has been an experience for a long time.
But you know, and shout out to my guy Bootleg Kev, who is also out there, radio icon right now. One of the super talented radio icons right now. Best 30 under 30 and all that. He's done a whole bunch of things nationally to put Arizona radio personalities like on the map, just like my guy Super Snake did. So I want to shout out him because because Bootleg was in the suite with me, and we were chopping it up, talking about wrestling, because I, just like you, who I didn't find this out until I helped you move, is a wrestling junkie, man.
Massive.
WWE, like going all the way back. You go like all the way back to like Hulk Hogan times.
To like mid-90s when I was a kid. I just think it's, when done right, it's some of the best storytelling on the planet.
I can't stop.
The emotions
I can't
you
stop
feel
watching
in
it.
wrestling is the best.
The ruthless aggression era, like all the different eras of wrestling, like have been so amazing. And fortunately for us, you know, covering like high school football out here in the state of Arizona, and then progressing into like college with ASU and stuff, we get the unique opportunity to chop it up with one of our own who has made it all the way up to the highest level, really, because now he's rocking it in NXT, our own, straight out of Perry in Arizona State, Case Hatch, aka Tate Wilder. Case, what's going on?
What's up, guys? How we doing? Hope everyone's doing great. This is awesome.
It's hot as hell here, man. I'm not gonna lie.
We're straight up that too, man.
We're straight up cooking, Chase. Case, we are cooking, man. It is 1,000,000 degrees outside. You just burn. You feel like you're well done after a walk to the car in the morning. I'll tell you that.
Hey, that's the one thing, you know, I don't miss about Arizona is how hot it gets in the summertime. Gosh.
Yeah, but you spend a lot of time in Florida and stuff, developmental stuff with WWE. I'm curious, like, would you really take the humidity over the dry heat? They both have their bad.
See, exactly. That's the problem. Is I can't choose one or the other. They both kind of suck. So you're just, you just got to take what you got. With the humidity though, it does cool off at the night, like during the nighttime, which is kind of different than Arizona. Because Arizona, I just feel like it's hot 24/7, no matter what time of day it is.
Yeah. It'd be midnight. It's 100 degrees going to your car. I got to go pick something up from the car, and it's 1,000,000 degrees walking to it. Case, it's good to see you, buddy, man. Congratulations on all your success out there at NXT. I remember when you left ASU, and we talked about this, and you knew where you were going with WWE, and here you are a handful of years later, man, on TV, on NXT. You know, that for those of you who don't know, if WWE is the major leagues, NXT is AAA baseball. I mean, it's right there, and it's just really cool to see, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a wild journey, and we're just excited to just be at the beginning of this crazy career.
What's it like to live out, I guess, the dream? Because I think all of us at some point in our lives, I'm gonna speak for me, maybe, and most dudes, we all thought like it would be really cool to be a WWE superstar at some point.
Tell you what, every day I show up to work, I still am in awe because of where I'm at. I cannot believe that here I am, 28 years old, still out here jumping off the top rope, doing everything I wish I could do when I was a kid, and now I do it for a living. And it is probably the craziest thing. to be able to go out there and like take these crazy risks and like have these highlight moments that, you know, you dream of when you were a kid growing up. And now it's just a daily thing for me. So it's been insane.
Chili,
Hey,
my dad and them would always say, "Hey, don't do that to your brother. No, stop jumping off the bed." And now you get paid to do it.
Dude, I had the same thing, man. I grew up with 5 brothers, and we were crazy as could be. But now I'm like, man, my parents should have had me doing a little bit more because I so much
for
fun.
Sure. Case, I'm curious, how long does it take to learn like some of the basic techniques, sliding in the ring, jumping off the top rope, and things like that?
Yeah, so it's just a completely different like avenue. There's so many things that go into this sport. The physicality, the acting, the working with your partner, things like that. And it takes a little bit to figure out. It was kind of a little learning curve for me of learning how to make it look good. Because anyone can get in the ring and do a move here and there, but to make it look good and to work with your partner and to, you know, bringing this drama to life is just a different art. So that is where, you know, to separate yourself where we're at in NXT and the developmental with WWE is trying to figure out how to make it look good. That's probably the hardest part. But yeah, it definitely takes time.
Hey, Case, I also want to know, you're part of an early group of college developmental athletes that got this opportunity. Yeah. Back in the day, like football players were no stranger to wrestling, obviously, like the Bill Goldbergs, The Rock, Roman Reigns, all those guys, like all came from football. But Lesnar. You come from football. Sol Ruka came from Oregon, where she did some athletics up there. I know that what's his name? Obafemi. You know, he came from doing some track and field stuff. Like, what's it like this new evolution, this new age of young college athletes getting to do this and working with all of them?
Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy because at the Performance Center, just like me, you're looking at a dozen other Division I athletes that were at the top of their game. And that just happened to fall into this line of WWE, whether it was through NIL or through tryouts. But now we're all here competing with one another. And it's kind of awesome because we got kids that played in the NFL. We got kids that played at the highest level Division I football. We got track stars, Olympic gold medalists. We have, you name that professional sport, and there's probably someone in WWE right now that participated in it. So having this full circle of all these athletes from different avenues is awesome because you're able to learn different skills from different people. My entire life was surrounded by football, right? With high contact, high energy, big excitement. And now I'm learning the techniques of wrestling from an Olympic wrestler who's been on the USA team or yeah, it's insane. Like the variety is unbelievable, but we're still performing at the highest level possible.
And in case, like when you got there in, I think it was 2022, right? So it's been 4 years. Like you were the first wave of that, right? That's when they really started pulling from other sports, correct? And like signing college athletes to like start being a part of this program, right?
Yeah. So I was technically I was part of their second NIL class.
Gotcha.
But it was
still early. Yeah.
Yeah. It was right when NIL came out. Before that, they would just do the traditional independent scene for wrestlers or the tryout. And I was in a very unique situation to be invited to be a part of this NIL class. That was about 6 of us. And we ended up going out to the PC when the football career came to an end. We did our own little version of a tryout. And then the contract came. And I mean, how do you say no to the WWE? Like it just fit perfectly to my lifestyle and the dreams I had growing up. So now here we are.
Chili, you know how they found him? They Googled like the hardest hitting fullback
my goodness,
in college football. Sure. And all of a sudden Case's tape came up and they just saw every game. He would just hit people left and right. Pop, pop, pop.
That's right, man.
That's right. What how do you get used to taking a bump? Like how do you get used that just so you can tell people that mat is not soft. Growing up, I think we all thought it was spongy and it was like there were levels to it and you would land. It would maybe feel like landing on a mattress. It could not be further from the truth, right? The perception we had as a kid.
Case, on top of that, the ropes aren't actually really ropes. They're like steel, right? Like, give us some of the insight here. Like it doesn't feel good. It's not like going on a rubber band or something.
No, not at all. Yeah, no,
Okay.
you're just using the tension. So like the mat, for example, right? You're just some steel beams, some plywood, well, not some pieces of wood, and then a very thin, tiny mat, and then a canvas on top. And that's it. I wish everyone could go in a ring and take a bump just to feel what it's like. So that way, when you see me jumping off the top rope, landing right on my back, you understand that feeling of, oh gosh, that had to hurt, right?
You're landing on your back. Like,
yes.
Oh, man.
And for some reason, I love the crazy moves. I love the high flying stuff. So unfortunately, I'm taking a lot more of those bumps where it's off the top rope. You know, I'm landing on my stomach, or I'm landing on my opponent, or I'm landing on my back. And yeah, it is far from soft. But going back to the ropes, they're just tension around the ring, keeping everything together. And yeah, it's not like you're jumping off like a rubber band. No, it's like you have to build the callus on your back and get used to hitting the ropes. And yeah, it's a whole thing.
I like that. That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
insane. That's, man, that makes my back hurt just like thinking about some of that. Have you had a welcome to NXT moment yet? You were on TV recently, right? That was your first TV match, or?
So I've had,
because you've had a few in-ring ones, right?
Yeah, I've had four in-ring matches on TV now. So we're just at the beginning.
Yeah, but that just shows you the journey, man. You got there 4 years ago, and you've had to stick with it. I'm sure there've been some crossroads since then, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, I signed my NIL deal in 22. I didn't get to WWE's Performance Center until about 2023, and my first week there, I tore my knee, blew out my patellar tendon. So I was out for about 15 months. It was like 13 months, and then right as I got cleared and started wrestling in the ring, I broke my hand, and I was out for another like 6 months. So
sheesh.
Like half my time with WWE was spent injured on the sidelines. But during that time, I was able to sit down and kind of like take it all in from an outsider perspective, taking notes, trying to figure out what I can do so when I got healthy, I could perform to the best of my ability. And then just fell in love with the business. I fell in love with the risk of WWE and the art of it, and just did my best to kind of fit into their system, their program. And now here we are, 4 matches in on TV. And trying to make a name for myself on NXT.
Who is Tate Wilder? Can you tell us who that is?
Yes, please.
That's a great question. So for the viewers, I grew up heavy in extreme sports, right? So I had 5 brothers, and we were super crazy in everything you could imagine: wakeboarding, surfing, cliff jumping, dirt biking, snowmobiling, you name it, we were doing it. And with that unique perspective, that's where the Tate Wilder character kind of formed, was from my childhood growing up, of the risk taker, the one that wants to go out there and just be wild. So the whole background of Tate Wilder is all the injuries I had from doing these crazy things growing up play into who I am now on TV. And it truly is who I am, just ramped up to the max. So when you're seeing Tate Wilder, it's me, but turned up.
How much input do you get on that, and your look and your music and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, so we're in such a unique situation at the Performance Center because we're able to like trial and error some things. While you're growing up in the business, before you get on TV, you can, work with certain things, your look, your gear, once you get the name, you kind of have like that vibe and the style. Like I came up with my own logo that WWE now uses, and I'm wearing that hat right now with the W.
Oh, we need one of those. We need one of those.
We
need the merch pack.
We're gonna have
we need the merch pack.
We need the merch pack.
100%. Hey, but it all ties together. Like the logo, we got one horn going up, one going down, and that's from an injury I had in the past with the broken finger, and like that's as straight as that thing goes. So it all kind of ties in. But this happened because I was making changes over a year.
We're all doing it. We're all doing it.
Am I the normal one? Am I the normal one?
I wish I could get that thing straight. That thing is crooked.
Hey, we're with you. Hey, Case, we're with you on this journey, man. From the ground up. I never watched NXT really. I watched WWE Raw religiously. I watch all the PLEs, I watched SmackDown a little bit, but I'm all in. NXT is programmed in now. I'm gonna watch you rock and do your thing. I'm gonna watch this thing, man. I got to shout out Michelle Gardner also, because I've built a friendship with her, and she's the one that she's like, hey, you like wrestling? You know about Case Hatch? And I was like, yeah, I know he got the WWE thing, but man, Case, I just think that this is so awesome. I was a fan of you over there at Perry. I was a fan of you over there at ASU, and to continue to be able to follow you throughout the rest of your life as a fan is just so amazing to me. And I can't wait to watch you run down the ramp for SummerSlam or WrestleMania or whatever.
I appreciate it, man. No, it's been awesome. It's
gonna be Case, what's the best advice you got? And maybe have you been at all starstruck from meeting anybody?
Oh, there's been a couple of people where I didn't think I would get nervous meeting anyone that, was like top tier, because I've been surrounded by like professional athletes for a long part of my life, and still have a lot of friends that are like high up in that professional world. But man, John Cena was one of those that I was like, holy crap, I can't believe I'm meeting John Cena. Like just being surrounded by these guys, and then you go meet them, and they're the nicest.
Could you see him? Could you see him?
That day, it was a little different. Light was different. We could see him. But yeah, it's just cool learning from these guys that, have done it at the highest level. And now here I am new to this whole business and just trying to, pick their brains and learn from them as much as possible. But yeah, no, it's been crazy. And if I had any words of advice, look, adversity is going to come. But if you are willing to pivot and just keep moving forward and keep making that next step, keep going. You're going to have downfalls, but gosh, just enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride, because you never know when it's going to come to an end.
Chili, I feel like Tate Wilder would give some serious sweet chin music. I just feel like he could kick someone, upside the head.
Right in the chops.
Yeah, right in the chops.
Hey, tune in to NXT and you'll see what happens.
You'll see what happens.
I can't wait.
Shouldn't you share some advice that John gave you, or maybe Shawn Michaels, or can you share any of those tidbits, or those are just cool relationships to have?
Yeah, I might just keep that to myself, to be honest. But I think you'll see me implement what we talked about a lot in my career moving forward.
There we go.
Hey, but before I let you get out of here, one thing that I do want to ask you is because interviewing you in high school, you were a little bit more reserved, a little bit quieter. Like you didn't have this Tate Wilder persona. How long did it take you to adopt that and get super comfortable with it?
Yeah, that's a great question. WWE, man, you got to be willing to get outside of your comfort zone. We're cutting promos in front of a camera in a dark room, or you're cutting promos live in front of a million people. So you got to be willing to kind of step out and be this persona. It took me a couple months to kind of like break out of my shell and find out who I truly am when, you stop caring about what other people might think and you dive into this like persona. But yeah, it took me a couple months to, break out of that shell and then start finding my voice a little bit with the microphone and when it comes to promos. But I feel like we're still finding that voice a little bit, but we're on the right track for sure.
Hey, what do you remember about your Perry high school days? I have a quote. What do you remember about your Perry high school days? I have a quote here from your former head coach, Preston Jones. He called you one of the best competitors he's ever coached. He always would praise your leadership and relentless playing style, which we all saw at ASU.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's one of the biggest mentors in my life. So hearing that quote from him just brings back so many great memories. But when I was on the football field in high school, I just wanted to see who wanted to compete. It's the best against the best. And if you want to step up, let's see what happens. That was kind of the mindset in high school and when I was on the football field.
Chili, those people that just come from Perry just built a little different,
Yeah, Perry produced
listen, Brock
starting
Purdy,
quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Perry produced an NBA champion.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams. And coming soon, Tate Wilder straight out of Perry.
That's right.
World Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Chili, listen, those two Brock Purdy went to the Super Bowl. They named the street after him. Jalen Williams went to the NBA Finals. They named the street after him.
Sheesh.
Maybe if you go to WrestleMania,
Come on now.
Say it's the same. It's the same thing.
Let's see what
Case,
happens.
what do you remember about
Is
your
it-
time at ASU running? I believe you blocked for X your senior year. X Valade.
Yep,
He ran for almost 2,000 yards. Am I correct in that?
that's true.
Yeah. What do you remember about your time at ASU? What's it
This
like
is
to see
why.
them?
This is
What's it
why.
like to see them get rolling?
Dude, ASU was the best time of my life. I was so grateful to be able to stay in Arizona, especially being raised just right down the road from ASU. Gosh, it was awesome. You know, they gave me an opportunity to keep playing football and to make the most of, continuing to play the sport. So big shout out to ASU, and I know that they are building a franchise team over there, and I know they're going to do great things this season. I'm excited to watch to see what they have going on, but they're heading in the right direction for sure.
Man, hey, Case, man,
This has been a blast. What a way to spend
I
a
love
morning.
Hey, I heard a rumor that we're getting Royal Rumble out here, so I can't wait to see my guy Tate Wilder running down the ring.
Oh, I can't wait. I hope it happens.
That's the word on the street. With nothing's confirmed, just people talking.
I'm just saying.
It's been here before.
I heard.
That was
I heard a thing.
We need to make it happen.
It was a few years ago. They had it at Chase Field, and we went to the Rumble. First time I've ever been to the Rumble, so it was really cool to see it in person after growing up and all that. And I got to see Kurt Angle in the Rumble and do the "You Suck" chant, which is something I grew, on. You know what I mean? It was like I turned to my buddy and I was like, "We get to do the chant." It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's
That's what it's all about, man. Is just creating those moments and having the time right there.
Did you have a favorite wrestler growing up?
See, I get asked that question all the time.
Sure.
And like the big names growing up, but I really didn't start watching wrestling until I signed that NIL deal in college. And then I started, watching it, learning about it, figuring it out. And I would say top wrestler right now is either Cody Rhodes or Kevin Owens. Those are the two guys that I watch.
KO.
Yes, just to see how they do. Yeah, I partnered with KO on a TV show we did called LFG. He was my mentor for that season, and gosh, I learned so much from him.
Dang. That is so legit, man.
In case, away from wrestling, y'all have a little one, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, see, they grow it up quick, Chili. They just
little baby, 9 months old already, which is crazy.
Oh, dude,
that's awesome.
Can you balance it well? Does dad's strength, does that help you in the ring?
Yeah, you know what? It definitely does. I feel more more durable, to say the least.
Well, Case, man, thanks for getting up with us this morning, man. We really appreciate the time. It's cool. Chili, the timing worked out, man. Chili was going to a wrestling event. We'd obviously seen Michelle's article on you here recently, and I knew in NXT they every now and then they'll tweet out something with Tate in it, and it's just cool to see. And then obviously, I remember talking to you right before you were about to leave, and now here all these years later, man, you are still grinding, but man, it's getting closer, and that's awesome for you.
2027, we here.
That's right, baby. Come on, put it up.
Is that the thing?
2027, we here.
I love it.
We here.
Come on now.
We coming.
Big year.
We coming.
Case, appreciate the time, man. Best of luck and good luck to you, my friend. We'll be in touch.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Yeah, good talking with you too. Chili, how cool was that, man?
Man, that is so,
cool.
Man, it's just so surreal. Like the kids that we've watched evolve into amazing humans. Whether on a football field or off the football field or wherever, it's just always super exciting to see, and to see one of them actually make it into a field of what we're so passionate about that many people love or don't love or whatever. It's just so cool, man, and I'm so excited for Case and his future as Tate, and I'm a fan. We got to get the merch. We got to get the merch though.
Dude, it's that logo. I'm looking at some of his pictures on his Instagram, and that logo is pretty sick.
Just the way that it came about is insane.
The way that it came about is sick, and then the logo in the hat is pretty sick. It's pretty sick. Also, I couldn't imagine flying off them top ropes. That's the he's up there. Just think about it. Just think about it. If I were to raise this desk that I'm sitting at up, all right, up to about 6 feet tall, or maybe 5 feet, because that's what those ropes are about. So you're 5 feet off the ground, you're jumping up, and then you are landing on the ground like that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy talk. And I don't know, man, the bumps that you take. Listen, when I met Case when he was in high school at Perry, he was a thumping linebacker. He goes to ASU, he's a blocking fullback, and now he's
like
a
a monster
top
blocking
top
fullback.
rope, top rope back flipping, like crazy WWE superstar. And it's just so wild to have watched the progression of this human because like I said, like when he was at Perry, quiet, reserved, not a yapper. And now as Tate Wilder, he like this. He like this. So yeah, man, I just think that it's just so cool. And I can't wait. Hey, when the Rumble comes to town, we're in that thing.
We in that thing?
Yeah, we're in that thing. I don't care. I don't care if I got to buy the tickets or we can get media credentials, but we're in that thing.
Oh,
We
we're
are in
going.
that thing.
Yeah, we're going
Yeah,
to the
because
Rumble. I
because
think
we're
it's
gonna
going to
go
be,
watch his debut. His debut is gonna be running down that ramp at the Rumble.
well, we'll see.
Uh, well,
I
think about
hope.
it. When
I hope.
hey, I mean, you got to look at the calendar. We're we're
Here's
we're still in July. He still has a
but
lot of
Chili,
time.
listen,
So
I'll say this as someone who's watched wrestling and seen how it's really gone, how they grow up on the developmental side of it. Like he's on his way.
yeah,
Here's what he has already: the check boxes, a
yeah,
personality, a persona, a story, and like things to go with it. So like when you learn who Tate Wilder is, you can identify him. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
WWE will build off that. If that's in the Rumble, we'll see. Um, he probably needs some more matches, just judging based off of how many he's had on TV. But he has all the boxes that they look for when building up people, and so that's the beginning steps. And you got to have that for them to want to invest in you. And
Yeah,
he has all those things. Just got to keep going. Got to keep going.
I
Listen, it's crazy. He left ASU in 22. It's
yes.
2026. There's 4 years of grinding, and he's still not done. And
Yeah,
so
but if you, but
it's
you got to think
he's
the
close.
investment's
You're
already
close.
there. The investment he's we got about like 5-6 months or whatever because Royal Rumble's going to be what February, January,
January.
and it's gonna be here in his hometown. I
All
don't
right,
know, man. I
now see, hold on. Look what you just did. You sold me on a story.
It's gonna be here in
So
his
and
hometown.
WWE
Opportunity
loves
to
a good story.
run down the ramp, activate the valley. Hey, maybe
Hey,
get a run in,
we'd
maybe
have
get a featured run in,
we'd have to
maybe
get
get
like a man. I wonder if we could get like a Tate Wilder shirt in like ASU colors,
oh,
and
that would
then
be
and
crazy.
then maybe like I don't know, his old high school jersey number on the back. I don't know. We'll
Maybe,
figure
maybe
something.
get maybe get Coach Dillingham on the mic to show him, or Coach Iguano, whoever, like, because I think Iguano was there coaching him at,
Guana,
at the
yeah.
at the end. So you know, I'm just saying.
Maybe Kate
I just
Dillingham wants to take a wrestling bump. Like, could you imagine the Royal Rumble in the Valley, and all of a sudden, like Kenny
Coach
jumps over,
Dillingham comes in.
Kenny jumps over the barricade, grabs a steel chair, and just smacks somebody in the back.
A la Jalen Brunson. I mean, because this is Coach Dillingham's town. This
Yeah,
is Coach
yeah.
Dillingham's
So
town.
like,
So,
somebody is in the ring, they're talking smack about the Valley. Maybe they got on the wrong college shirt or something like that, or of course, we all know Coach went to Chaparral, so maybe they're wearing a Saguaro shirt, and Coach has just
oh
had
man,
enough, and all of a sudden he just hops the barricade, grabs a chair, pop, has to set the
that would
record
be
straight.
amazing. That would be amazing. That
What if
that
he
that, that
what
would
if he
def-
rips off the shirt and yells, "Activate the Valley"?
Hey, there is. Listen. The reality of this imaginative storyline is the simple fact that there's no other college coach on planet Earth that you could see doing something like this except for Coach
Yeah,
Dillingham, because nobody else has that aura. Nobody else has that je ne sais quoi
He can have his bodyguards next to him with CJ fight on one side, Graham Rossini in a full suit on the other. Graham just points at him to go to the ring.
Now you're talking.
CJ's his backup. You know.
Now you're see.
Out comes the offensive and defensive lines. Like,
I'm telling you.
Listen,
we can make this thing work.
We can. Chili and I are already booking this. We're good. We're good for it.
We're making this happen. We're making this happen. Hey, speaking of Kenny Dillingham, Coach Dillingham, he's got something going on which is going to be yesterday, but it's today. So
today,
by the time this airs,
like when we're done recording this, I gotta go.
Okay, so we're about done because he's about to take stage. So Cam, I'm gonna let you get out of here. I appreciate you so much.
Just so again, listen, people watching this, listen, this is like a Dropping Dimes, not exclusive, but you're gonna get to see it first on Dropping Dimes. We got a lot coming up here in the Valley. Of course, next week, Larry Legend, Larry Fitzgerald being enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We'll be out there all week long with Larry, the Hall of Fame game here on 12 News. ASU begins fall camp next week on August the 5th. I believe that's a Wednesday. I know it's a Wednesday. And so, like, there's a lot going on. We're going to put this episode out this week. We are going to put some of this together for a show later in August that you'll be able to see on TV. So Dropping Dimes,
I can't
community, wait. People out there, you get to watch this interview first, and then we're going to put some of this together for a sports show later on in August. So it'll be cool. It'll be cool. We'll revisit the Tate Wilder conversation, but Dropping Dimes, you get to see it first.
Hey, I can't wait, man. Hey, Cam, thank you so much. Again, shout out to my folks over there.
Hold up, man. We should be thanking you. Thank you for getting up before 10.
You act like I didn't do morning show radio.
You're right. You did do morning show radio. Yeah.
I had to wake up at like 3:30. Actually, it was more like 4 o'clock to get there at 5. But like, I still had to wake up really early. And
I know, but I know this is a little early for Chili to be moving and grooving and yelling into a mic so early.
No, not at all, man.
Like those were the old Chili days. These are the new Chili days where you just sleep a little bit. It's okay.
I'm moving with my own comfort. Listen, I'm trying to get my AC fixed upstairs and trying to life a little bit. Yeah, my air handler is acting up. But anyways, that's a whole different story for a whole different show. Cam, I'm gonna catch you later on. And again, like I said, I want to shout out my guys over there, Netflix. Oh yeah. We got to end with that. Shout out to my guy Ross over there at Netflix. My girl Lindsay, entertainment reporter extraordinaire. My guy Cam Cox, the one and only, the local legend, holding it down for the entire local sports community, college, pro, and high school. Ain't nobody doing it quite like he does it.
Episode 48 was something.
Hey, it was a show. It was an actual movie, like the Odyssey.
All the lights stay on me. I treat the game like Wall Street. If not, it am times 10 with the benefits. Don't time is now.